Don't worry, the music will turn off in a second, or it will buffer. Yeah, great way to start. Anyway, and it's not supposed to buffer. Yeah. It always seems like though. Anyways, I won't go there. 6:01 here on the East Coast. This is Pine Grove News Live. Are we live? Let's go check. Yeah, apparently we're live. News. Yeah, I hear my voice. Oh, so anyways, folks, I normally have the weather for you here. Well, I have it up on the tab, so let's go open that up. Oh, what's here? What did I do? Shut it down? Very interesting. No, it ends up being on the end for some reason. Anyways, it's an update for Barry. Yeah, Barry. 63 miles per hour, still just a tropical storm. Though they are predicting it to still hit, hurricane force winds by the time it hits land. Right now, it's located 28.7 north, minus 90.9 west. Sustained winds of 74 miles per hour. And trying to get to the more page. There's also another one, a low ingress, I guess they're calling it, that is starting. It's already 35 miles per hour, sorry. 35 miles per hour in the Pacific there, South Pacific, right off the coast. So that is churning there as well. East Pacific, they're calling it. Yeah, there we go. So Barry, so it's heading northwest at 5 miles per hour. And those who are on YouTube or watching the video later, this is the AccuWeather forecast iPath, which will, according to this, let's see, by 7 a.m. Saturday, it should become that Hurricane 1. And 7 p.m. Saturday, it should be on land in Louisiana and then curve up northeast. So, there's a lot of things that we could talk about with that storm, how it developed and so on and so forth. I hope somebody has gone to Never Lose Truth and seen some of her videos about all the frequencies that are going on. She's not the only one that does it, of course. There's also Mike Morales, and there's quite a few other ones. I used to watch Redwood One, I think, or Pacific Red One. I don't know, something like that. I haven't watched it in a long time. It could be Red Pacific One. But he used to go right there, mainly on the West Coast, and decipher all the chemtrailing and the bursts of microwaves and other frequencies being thrown out there to adjust the currents and whatever. So we all know that's going on, and I guess we'll be talking about this for at least a few days over the weekend. They've already got so much rain there in Louisiana. But there's I guess this is the warning right here from the Big Wobble. The stuff that's in the water, we talked about this. All these floods. When we have these floods, we know about, the mixing with other chemicals and other things that are around that are now going to go into that water. So let's not go and, run up and down and jump up and down and go swimming like little kids in this flood water First of all, some of it would just sweep you away, but you could be, most definitely swimming in sewage water and other things. Yeah, pretty disgusting. So this from Big Wobble from yesterday, a deadly brain-eating amoeba or amoeba in Louisiana's drinking water and a toxic blue-green algae in the area is a concern by as storm Barry approaches. Yeah, of course it's a concern. I just wonder why they don't say this more often in all the other storms that we've had since last year. I mean, year before that, Houston, LA, Florida, all the places that are flooding worldwide. Yeah, these things happen. These things will get in that water. All right, let's go on. This from Strange Sounds. We're going to do a little bit of worldwide weather. Hopefully, I'd like to keep doing that. And stay tuned because towards the end, and I promised you, I don't know why I promised because I can hardly ever keep any of them. But in any case, I should say, well, I will try from now on. I guess that's not promising. Even the Lord says not to do that, just for that reason. It really ticks people off when you promise something you can't and you don't deliver it. Yeah, I don't blame it. But anyway, I went and, we'll put at least, a couple articles in there of, how people are just where they are at in today's age, today's world. And even though we're at Strange Sounds, yeah, they get stranger by the day. So, climate chaos. Really? Snowfalls in Poland. This is probably snowfall. Romania, Slovakia, and Turkey. Who, by the way, got some parts of the S-400 missiles from Russia today. I did not post that, though. So anyways, that was a big problem with us, with the U.S. anyway. So the weather is going crazy again, and snowfalls reported across Eastern Europe and up to Turkey between July 8th and 11th. Insane, isn't it? I don't know if I'd call someone insane, but the weather insane? No, it's chaotic. It's chaos, and who else but chaos can bring chaos? Once proud and most beautiful angel, Lucifer, who decided, I guess, to look in the mirror and decided that, yeah, I am the most beautiful in the whole universe, the whole heavenly realm and beyond. Yeah, immediately fell. And so we live in chaos. So Romania, first summer snowfall on Petrosal Rudny Peak in 15 years. Well, that's not too bad. Fresh water. Well, maybe. I don't know what to tell you about what's going to come of the snow in the mountains now, stuff in the air that they're spraying. Yeah, surprise snow in Toltra Mountains from Poland and Slovakia. Yeah, this summer is amazing. After breaking records of heat, alternating storms and rain with hail, it's time for snow and record low temperatures in Poland. Yeah, folks. From the watchers, unfortunately, 3 die and more than 200,000 affected by floods in Assam. Excessive rain expected to continue. And this is India. at least 530 villages and 24 revenue circles fallen under 11. Some districts were impacted by the second flood wave of July 9th and 10th. Expected to get worse as the weeks go. Also from the watchers, flash flood in New Orleans, emergency. I mean, they've already declared a state of emergency yesterday. Mississippi River projected to see one of its highest crests on record. Record. Yeah. Don't break it. You guys know when you got that saying, record? Right? I mean, I guess that's where it came from. Or maybe that's where, 33s and whatever, 78s came from, I don't think did they call them records back then, or were they albums? What were they? What were they called? I call them, 33s. Remember the 45s? Yeah, you had to have that special round disc. Used to wait every week. Used to get an allowance of, I don't know, cost me $1 and change for the newest top 40 record that came out. Used to listen to Casey Kasem, top 40, and get the #1 song, and yeah, kind of a shielded childhood, but a crazy one. So yeah, Mississippi, New Orleans, going to be talking about them for days, and already have for the Mississippi anyway. 6 killed and more than 100 injured as very strong winds, tornadoes, and violent hailstorms hit Greece. Yeah, that happened on Wednesday. This severe weather is extremely unusual in Greece for this time of year. Yeah, I mean, where isn't it now, right? Where isn't it unusual weather happening? Look what happened to our jet stream. Somebody just go and find out. I don't know, Google jet streams. You'll find a place where you can watch the jet streams, and they're normally supposed to be one jet stream for the north, one for the south, depending on the different layers. But in any case, they're all broken up now. They just, whether on purpose or, can man do that? Well, some say that they can't. We're just too insignificant on this planet to have that much of an effect globally. Now, regionally, I mean, of course, if they're going to go up there and spray the skies and it's all going to drift down and get into our lungs and the ground and the water, yeah, it's going to affect us. It'll affect, other things around us, but it won't be globally. Remember, this planet is alive. And when God makes something, he makes it to last until he says that it's done. I'm just saying, this earth is constantly rejuvenating itself. I mean, I remember when we were younger, doctors used to say that they don't even understand why we die, because our bodies were made to live for a very long time. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm going to ask. I'm still going to ask. Maybe somewhere along the line, somebody will answer me, or maybe it's already been answered. I just can't, Where did all the radiation go from thousands and thousands of nuclear tests, be they underground or above ground? Where did all that radiation go? Was that what actually opened up a hole in the ozone? Apparently, I guess there's one over or under, above the Arctic, the Antarctic, I mean. Some people say there's one on the northern hemisphere too. So, with that, I mean, I don't know, the most I got to feel the very littlest. I mean, if you ever go by an ocean, go walk a beach and look at the ocean, and you're just I usually am. I go, tried to go. I've been going once a year, tried to. Haven't done it a few years. We used to do that all the time. You're just in awe of this ocean, and you're this little speck on this beach, and that's where you've got to be. It brings you a little humility to you. It does for me anyway. I know. So I think who's the guy that does that CERN talk? He used to have about the strangelets, and oh, I should know his name anyway. I used to listen to him all the time. He does have his own show, YouTube channel. But he put out a video about the strangelets and how small they are, and then he went down to like he actually started, I guess, from above Earth, looking down. And so you're looking over the atmosphere, you're looking at Earth, and then you slowly start moving down to the planet. And then everything, kind of just grows up, around you. And you go down and down and down and keep going. And as you're going down, then the Earth disappears. And then you got all these stuff that you would normally see in a microscope. As you're going down, these things are, expanding around you, but they're really smaller. And so you just keep going and going. And there is so much things that we cannot see that are just so tiny. We're we're just a cog in this biosphere, whatever you want to call it, ecosystem, with a purpose, of course. I mean, I don't know how God thinks or what's, any of his thoughts, but I mean, your God created this planet. He created it for his purposes, and we think it's, just for us sometimes. But anyway, all right, that's my soapbox for the day. Yeah, a lot of people think that we can really do damage, and maybe in the short run, in short term speaking, but it'll clean all up. I mean, even Chernobyl, you know, they say is, showing signs of life again. But, if, God could, with his fervent heat that he's going to bring, I mean, he could just burn those things right up. They're gone. No more radiation. Anyway, also from the Watchers, parts of southeast China received the largest rainfall since 1961. Yeah, 58 years. 1,600 homes destroyed, 800 or 80,000 people evacuated. They're constantly getting this stuff, and they got, just went through one storm, I guess, and now another one's brewing. And a lot of these storms end up over in China if they can, make it past Hawaii. In any case, I mean, just showing you that things are all over the world. These storms, this flooding, the torrential rains. Some people say that we're in a war, and this is what's going on. Could be. It could be that God is using, different countries, different, their weather war machines to bring this about. Most certainly, God will use whatever he needs to use. All his timing. So this is very interesting. And I only put this here because I would really like to see if this is going to happen. Okay? This is from End Time Headlines. Very, very interesting. So this was dated today. Thousands of people have taken a Facebook pledge to storm Area 51 to see them aliens. Yeah, and in the article down here, I saw 300,000 people have made this pledge. But I talked to Will Watchman. His call's normally at 4:30 Eastern Time, 1:30 West Coast, and he said it's up to 500,000 now. I would like to see just 10% of that try and storm Area 51 and try to get answers about these aliens. That's a government site, man. They have secret operations going on there. I mean, as much as I would like to see them just hand over that information, let us all know what's going on, in any case, what if we just gave away all our secrets? And of course, it has been going on for a little while anyway. I mean, even China, built the space shuttle. I hope you know that. Yeah, they got information. It was sent to them. But along the way, after they found out that it was being sent to them, they sent them a little extra. And that's why their program never got off. Well, one of them got off the ground, but never again. Yeah. Every time you hear about some kind of technology, some kind of advancement, tech wise, and we, bring it out, China, Russia, whoever, they have it too. Somewhere along the line, people just, I don't know if that's a buffer thing. I mean, Israel actually is pretty far advanced. Even, of course, they do share with the United States, but Israelis, they've come up with quite a few different and high tech things that they have. They have doctors that already claim that they can cure cancer. Heard it twice, not hearing about it anymore. They are actually, they have desalination plants. That's why they got stuff growing in the desert. They're taking that water and taking the salt out of it and using it. I've heard that. So anyways, this thing with the Area 51. So the article, of course, is from CNN, so who knows? Stretch those quads and prep that tinfoil hat. Over 300,000 have signed on to a Facebook event pledging to raid Area 51 in Nevada in a quest to see the aliens. The event, titled Storm Area 51, they can't stop all of us. And that's what I'm saying. If only 10% gets in there, it's still 30,000 people. How are you going to stop, 30,000 people? I don't know. Of course, they're announcing it right here on the net. So, in any case, just a couple sound waves, frequency jams, they'll stop them. So, they're inviting users from around the world to join a Naruto run, a Japanese manga-inspired running style featuring arms outstretched backwards and heads forward into the area. I don't know why, but we can move faster than their bullets. The event page, which is clearly written in the tongue-in-cheek, promises those who RSVP for September 20th. Yeah, okay then. September 20th. Good luck, guys. If anything, there'll be some free advertising for whatever that is going on for. But I mean, I agree with that strategy, but it shouldn't be directed at Area 51. I think it should be directed at maybe politicians and the elite. And I think it should be done all around the world. Go visit those elite and tell them to stop it or leave. You know, let's all put them on a space shuttle and send them to Mars where they want to go underground. You know, whatever. We outnumber them. I mean, that's why they want to bring the population down to a manageable 500 million. Okay, you 6 billion people, goodbye. 6 billion people. That's how many people they got to get rid of to get down to their 500 million. So, in any case, I don't see it happening. But the Lord says He's going to cut something short, you know, because the whole human race would be destroyed if He didn't. So they may be, you know, concocting something that is so deadly and something that just will get out of control. Will totally go. I mean, of course, that's never happened. You know, governments self-Christian because Boston censors a Christian flag, but allows communist transgender flags on government property. I know they definitely allow the transgender flag, the rainbow flag, which symbolizes that, the LGBTQT, whatever initials they want to use. I don't even know what they stand for, and I really don't care. You know, that kind of information is just useless, more than some of it. So yeah, yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's they're on that track. You know, they're going after, you know, so-called Christians, and yep, they're targeted. But it's nothing. It's nothing compared to what it could or probably will be. I mean, I can't see what's happening in, you know, the Middle East where they're actually getting crucified and their heads lopped off, even the children. But the government did buy, what was it, 20, 30,000 guillotines? Yeah. You remember that purchase? Yeah. That was over, you know, over and above the billions of rounds of hollow point ammo that they purchased also for the, I don't know if it was the post office or for IRS workers, or maybe both. I think they finally ended up also giving the post office some arms. So in any case, pictures of the UN-2, that bomb, that round bomb that you put, you know, has a little fuse on it. Yeah, the red line. Well, they passed the red line. Okay, they passed the red line, everyone. They passed the red line on many things. Yeah. They're still calling for the UK to give them back their oil tanker. I believe the Iranians tried to seize a British tanker the other day, but did not succeed. And so they just continue to do whatever the heck they want to do. But you and I both know that something's coming to a head soon. It has to. Without an all-out war before Trump is reelected, something has to be done. And you know, sanctions and stopping the oil will do it. The only problem with you know, the sanctions the last time is that when somebody's found in violation of the sanctions, okay, before they were just let go. They were just warned, maybe fined. Now the UK, now that they seized that Iranian oil tanker and took it, they're not giving it back. If they start doing that, that's going to hurt. Because they were still able to sell their oil to, you know, Russia, whoever, China. China needs it. China, just like Japan, you know. I don't believe that China actually drills for oil. Of course, Who's going to tell you that? But they buy it. They buy a lot of coal from North Korea. Any case, yeah. So Netanyahu's pointing, fingers again. Here's the picture. Here's where we're probably going to go in and go bomb. Like what they do in '60. Well, it was a movie that they came out with that did that. They went in and blew up some nuclear facilities. And this is very interesting. There's a lot of things in our country that are exposed because we think nothing can happen to us. Do you remember the grid violations or the interruptions in California last year? People cutting, cable to power grids and other things. Anyways, these two intruders, I guess, jumped the fence at a U.S. nuclear reactor that uses bomb-grade fuel. And what's very troubling about this article is that there's not a whole lot of plants that create this bomb-grade fuel. So how do they know that this one did? Or maybe they didn't. But it's kind of coincidental that they would jump the fence to this one. And why would they jump the fence? Testing something? Testing security? So anyways, that's what you need to think about this one. Washington, July 11th. 2 people jumped security fence at a GE Hitachi research reactor near San Francisco, the U.S. nuclear power regulator said on Thursday, raising concerns over a plant that is one of the few in the country that uses highly enriched uranium, material that could be used to make an atomic bomb. So the intruders jumped a security perimeter fence at the Vallecito's reactor in Alameda County on Wednesday. 1,600-acre site, about 40 miles east of San Francisco. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission said that, anyway, they escaped the security at the plant after being detected. Shortly afterwards, suspects were detained outside the facility, the NRC said. Yeah. They escaped, but they were detained still outside the facility. Okay. Make sure that they didn't get fully in there before somebody noticed that they were there. And you got to protect these things, especially ones like that. They're too easy. Didn't we hear something about, yes, remember the Boston Marathon? The night of that thing going on, there was also, didn't you hear that there was also a nuclear plant that was broken into, I guess? I don't remember the full story, but I thought that it may have been shots fired, but nothing really came of it. I wonder if I can find that article somewhere. I'd have to go back quite a long ways, but you could probably Google it. Yeah, speaking of Googling it, I want to show you this. If I can find it. It's 10 alternatives. In case you haven't, because a lot of these searches, depending on who you are and what you ask for, they are taking stuff out of there. There's an article, I don't know if I included it, but shows you exactly what they're doing. I don't know why. I'm monitoring my YouTube feed and it's getting blurry, so I don't know if that's just me and of course my what do you call it, transfer rate, bit rate that I'm getting here, whatever. It's not fast enough right now, and they promised me these things when I signed up, and of course now that I'm signed up, they want to test me. In any case, alternatives to Google searches. There are 10 other places to go to if you want to change that Google. If you find that you're not finding the right information that you should be getting. You got this in the video. You can go to these places: Start Page, CRX, Meniger, Swiss Cows, Swiss Infrastructure, DuckDuckGo, Mojik, Yacy, YACY, and three others. So I'm going to probably over the weekend try one or more of those, see what goes on with that. I hate experimenting because I get stuck in my own little safe, seemingly safe routine, and don't want to move out of it. So I seem a little irritated when people ask me, well, how come you don't try that? How come you don't try this? Go ahead, go ahead. Yeah, but I do. I test the waters every now and then, but can't say it's comfortable. So here we go again, okay, people. I don't know what this is, whether somewhere on social media there's some kind of test going on. Some people, get on their phones like these flash mobs and they go rob places, steal things. But again, this Florida woman arrested after her daughter caught on cam licking tongue depressors. This time it's in a doctor's office and she's licking these medical instruments. They really should be sterile and in packages until they need them, but you're going to leave them out. That's what could happen. People are just nuts. And I don't know if there's some kind of, some secret thing going on. That not only that this is happening, but you got, these 3 or 4 that we've had in the past week on camera. I don't know if they get money from this. I don't know what's going on, but people are just gone, man. And so, as much as I hate to put, I don't even like looking at her anymore. This is from News Punch. Hillary Clinton. She's out there posted instructions in Spanish to help illegals during ICE raids. Somewhere along the line, that's got to be illegal too. Somewhere along the line, I mean, it's got to be. Couldn't she, be arrested for like conspiracy to enter hostiles on American soils? I don't know. I can come up with a good one. A couple of them. They may have different, jargon for it, different ways to saying it. Come on, man. Really? So that's going on. I don't know what the heck this is. Well, there was something here just earlier. Don't know what it is. Oh, I have no idea. So I'm going to close it. So that one's out. Oh, and they did this here too. What, they have a timeout thing? What is going on? Due to a coordinated attack on independent media by the establishment, this website is at risk of shutting down. Oh, it's a plea for money. Yeah. Oh, they all got there, you can't look at our site unless you use cookies, because I usually turn those things off. I don't want the ads. But some of the content you just can't look at. They'll shut you down if you don't turn off the cookies. I don't know. I got enough news to look at. Maybe I just should start shutting them off. I'm trying to figure out why the hell I even just, pick these two. Free Thought Project. I mean, let me refresh it. It's not anything that I remember. So anyway, there's always a couple good ones from Free Thought Project, but I don't know what they're doing right now. Let's see if I can go find that story again. Hold on. Free Thought Project. Come on. Oh, now this thing is just crawling. All right, I guess it's time to end it. Yeah. Free Thought Project. Oh, yeah, well, this is one of them right here. I mean, it's this is from Free Thought Project. They're always talking about things that happen with police. This poor child, okay? This child rape victim, she goes to the police for help. Wrong. She goes to the police for help and is tied up and raped by her detective. I mean, seriously? Really? I mean, obviously, you cannot trust anybody. Not here. Not on this planet. Not right now. 14-year-old girl. I mean, really. Seriously. People are so far gone to the point where this poor girl, after being raped herself, comes to you and confides in you, and your response is to tie her up and do the same? Lord, Lord, you must see what we see, obviously. See what's going on. Give us peace if that's what you will. Give us, help us to be strong, Lord. Knowing these things go on, only you can change those things, Lord. In Jesus' name. 3-year-old boy dies after he's left in the car on University of Southern Indiana campus. How many times are we going to listen? Are we going to hear about these things? You know, this should be a murder charge. You purposely leave a child in a hot car to go do whatever you're going to do, whether it's going to the grocery store to pick up a pack of cigarettes and hurry back, even though you're gone for 20 minutes or long enough for this 3-year-old boy to die or any other child to die. You should be arrested for murder because you are a murderer. In any sense of the word, you are a murderer. I mean, anybody, anyways. That poor child. Mom arrested for driving with inflatable pool on the car with the kids inside it. Now, you know this is the end because this is where I put these things. It's where they belong in the end, in the garbage. Mom arrested. Here she is. Okay. Dixon, Illinois. 49-year-old Dixon, Illinois on Tuesday. They received a complaint from a concerned citizen about an Audi passenger car driving north on the Peoria Avenue Bridge with children inside a pool on the roof of the vehicle. I mean, I don't know. It just looks like she's tired. I don't know what she was trying to do. And, I mean, you decide. What should be done with her? I mean, how old were these kids? I don't know. Okay. I was okay. Also was cited for failure to secure a passenger of the age of 8 and under the age of 16. Let's see. Trying to see if they're gonna tell us how old the children are. Somewhere between 8 and 16. So Yeah, I don't care. Even if it was, it doesn't matter who's on the roof. I mean, it's just stupid. It's just downright, stupidity. I mean, how dumb can you get? I mean, she must have been wasted. There's people doing this without influence. Well, from drugs and alcohol, anyway. Demon possession, well, that surely might be another thing. The Lord said that He's going to give some of them a delusion, what? So maybe she was given that one. Maybe He already knew that she is not going to repent. She's not going to come to Him. The tares. He is going to give them a delusion. And of course, this one got caught. And then we have this 70-year-old sentenced for attacking a neighbor with an axe. I haven't read any of it, so I don't know what it was about. I don't. So, sentenced yesterday to 46 months in federal prison for assault with a dangerous weapon and assault resulting in serious bodily injury. Apparently, he didn't die. Niall also ordered Homan to serve 3 years supervised release after he finished serving his prison term. Homan was indicted by a federal grand jury on October 16, 2 years ago. According to the court records, Homan walked to his neighbor's house. He attacked the victim with a hammer axe by hitting him once in the head. Homan then left. Homan, who was intoxicated at the time, go figure, mistakenly believed the victim had stolen his television. Yeah, I would say he was intoxicated to the point where he did not know what was really going on. And that's the other problem. I mean, this is why it's not the only reason I don't drink, really. I told you what I drink maybe once or twice a year. I might have a little sip of wine at Christmas or Thanksgiving. Love those samosas. Any case, there's a point, you all know that when it starts affecting your thought process, like believe the victim had stolen this television when he actually had not. Anyways, people, well, hold on. I mean, there's other news. I don't know if I'm going to post it right now. Oh, I do want to talk about this last one. I'll make this the last one. This is from the Daily Mail. So, true or not, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. First female pastor, 49, of renowned New York City church is ousted. No, that's not the one I wanted to look at. Harassment claims after she took. Oh, this is not the one I want to talk about. This is where she took the congregation of the people to the adult toy store. No, the one I wanted is this one. I'm sorry. Christian headlines. Okay. Christian leaders gather to bless Texas abortion clinic. God is already present, right? Sure. Yeah, I don't think so. So nearly a dozen religious leaders, okay, representing faiths including Christianity and Judaism, gathered at a Texas abortion clinic Tuesday to bless it and declare it their support. So the gathering inside Whole Women's Health of Austin included prayer, music, and even poetry. The leaders, both men and women, stood in a circle and held hands to pray. They conducted a prayerful walk throughout the clinic, too. So it was sponsored by the Religious Coalition for Reproductive Choice, Texas Freedom Network, and Whole Women's Health. You know what bothers me about this one? The fact that they're blessing a murder clinic is the fact that this lady, one of them in there, has a ministry school. Yeah, right here. The executive director of Labyrinth Progressive Student Ministry, an ecumenical, whatever that means, ecumenical Christian community at the University of Texas. She's teaching people, okay, in the ministry of what? To murder people? Just imagine all these, whoever they're teaching. Well, I don't know whether it's 2, 5, 10, 30, 40. I don't know how many she's teaching, but it only takes one. She's going to have to answer for that. Because now these people, if she's teaching this, that this is okay, well, obviously she's teaching that in their ministry with those students. Then you got these people coming out, knowing this stuff, coming out thinking this is okay. Then you got these Common Core students. I mean, they're probably almost a voting age right now. I'd say maybe another 4 years. They'll be a voting age, maybe less than that. And they're taught to hate America, to love, to agree with socialism, to agree with vaccines, and so on and so forth. This is what we've got to look forward to in the next 2 to 4 years. Yeah. You think it's dark now? Father, give us strength, every one of us who are actually following you. And you know us in your heart, and we'll search you out. Give us the strength to see through all this. Give us the strength to see each other's light and gather this light until it becomes this beacon to where this darkness can't affect us. We need that kind of strength. These things will not hurt us. We can rebuke them at any time. We will still have peace. We will still have him, Jesus. He is the peace. He is the hope. He is the love, the agape love. He is all that. And with that, who can stand against us, right? Nobody can. Nope. Not unless you stray. We're not going to do that. In Jesus' name. So with that, everyone, Friday night, okay? I know I'll be at my computer, I think. I got to try and get out and do some kind of lawn work and talk to the neighbor and see some of her lawn work done. But I'll be here and around. So God bless you all. And enjoy your Sabbath. Enjoy each other, man. Make sure you know where everyone is. Keep them close. God bless everyone. Peace out.